Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me on Moonlight Legends, where we discuss everything supernatural. I am your host, Damian Knoll. Tonight, I have a story for you about a witch from Wichita.
Seriously, dude? A witch from Wichita? How cheesy can you get? That's gotta be your worst pun so far.
No, we've been doing this for far too long to have that be the worst.
Top 10 then.
Hey, were there any more audio issues tonight?
Yeah, but nothing as bad as yesterday.
Well, the storm's ended. We should be fine by now, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's a problem on our end. I don't know. I'll keep checking. Maybe it's just a bad XLR cable somewhere.
Well, thanks, Kev.
Yeah. Hey, are you all right? Just after last week, I don't know. I'm worried about you.
Right. I'm not really sure what that was, but I feel fine. It's as if nothing happened. Let's try for no glitches tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
If your power goes out, remain calm and assist family members or neighbors who may be vulnerable if exposed to extreme heat or cold. Locate a flashlight with batteries to use until power comes back on. Do not use candles, as this can cause a fire. Turn off sensitive electric equipment such as computers and televisions. Turn off major electric appliances that were on when the power went off. This will help to prevent power surges when
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you again for joining me on Moonlight Legends, where we discuss everything supernatural. I am your host, Damian Knoll. Tonight is our weekly special, where we invite you, the listeners, to call in and tell us about your own personal encounters with the supernatural. Caller 1, you're on the air. What's your story?
Hey Damien, first-time caller, long-time fan. I've been dying to tell you the story.
Let's open up the phone lines and see what the other listeners think about that.
Maybe your parents built their house in an old forgotten graveyard.
Perhaps you picked up a spirit somewhere else in your life and it's been following you ever since.
Well, what I suggest you do is do a little research on the plot of land that your parents' house was built on. Next week, give us a call back and tell us of any more information you found. Next caller, what's your story?
Hi, I don't have a story, but I do have a question. I'm a huge horror fan, and I've noticed that there's more and more movies about people being possessed by supernatural beings through their 21st century technology. I've been doing research, but I haven't really found any evidence of such creatures actually existing. My question is, do you or the audience believe that such creatures could exist?
Well, it's an interesting topic. Let's see what the other listeners think about that.
I honestly thought it was Hollywood being lazy, just trying to make people afraid of everything.
What if these entities were like topas and they gained their power through like social media and shit?
Do you mind explaining to the listeners what a tulpa is, in case they're not familiar with that?
Well, it's sort of like an entity that gains its power by like being spoken or like thought about. Kind of like, Bloody Mary, that bra who's like, she doesn't appear unless you call her out her name 3 times?
How does this involve social media?
Okay, well, like, I was thinking that it could be like either be part of like a social media site or maybe just like one particular post. Like, the more traffic it gets, the more power like it obtains. Kind of like, like a chain emo or like a Facebook post.
That's a cool concept.
But if this is all true, wouldn't that mean we're potentially giving this creature power
That's
right
exactly
now?
what it would want.
Fuck, I shouldn't even said it was a total
Whoa. Okay. Well, it looks like we have time for one more caller before we end for the evening. Next caller, you're... What happened?
It's probably just another blackout. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Hey, sorry about the radio. I swear it never does that.
It's okay.
Hey, I was starting to worry you weren't going to make it tonight.
Car trouble. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to Moonlight Legends, where we discuss everything supernatural. I'm your host, Damian Knoll. We had a blackout in the middle of the show last night. I apologize for that. It seems as though the spirits were not pleased with what we were discussing. Seems like we must have been onto something. Anyway, I took the liberty in researching these glitch demons, and what I found online was the exact same thing that was discussed on the show last night, that this can only occur in movies and television shows. Enough of that. Tonight, I will be telling you the story of Hell's Bridge, which comes to us from Rockford, Michigan. Now, as recently as the 1960s, people have said that they have visited Hell's Bridge, and they've noticed that. People have noticed what they've called ghosts. What the hell? As recently as the 1960s, people who have visited Hell's Bridge have... What's the problem now?
I couldn't hear you. It's all static. Give me a sec. I'm like...
Sorry about that, folks. It seems as though we have some ghosts in our studio. As I was saying, Hell's Bridge, located in Rockford, Michigan, is a place that people have visited in the summertime. Sorry about that, folks. We'll have to call it a wrap on tonight's show. Join us again tomorrow night for an all-new episode of Moonlight Legends. I thought you said you fixed it.
I don't know. I thought it was. 1 second, I can hear you just fine, and the next second, it's all static. It is there. What? Dude, I finally figured out what was wrong with our equipment. I swear it'll work today. But you want to know what was wrong?
I'll be dedicating tonight's show to the glitch demon.
What? Why? We already spent way too much time on that story. We gotta move on. Keep it interesting.
We? From what I remember, this is my show. And you just press some buttons in there. So why don't you get in there and do that, and I'll run my show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on Moonlight Legends. I know that so many of you wanted to hear more about the topic we discussed earlier this week. Due to popular demand, I will be dedicating tonight's complete show to the glitch demon.
I know what some of you are thinking. Damien, why are we still talking about this? You said it might be a tulpa. The answer to that? I just find it very interesting. I mean, the idea that something can just be created out of either just by thinking about it is amazing. Wouldn't you agree? It's kind of godly, wouldn't you think? I mean, what could a glitch demon really do? I think we should open up the phone lines and talk about this. I want to hear your thoughts.
Hi, Damien. It's kind of weird. You don't usually repeat topics. Or have callers this time of the week.
Yeah, we're trying something new at the studio. And this is a topic that I've just been obsessed with. I had to talk more about it. So I want to ask you guys, what do you think a glitch demon is capable of?
I think this kind of demon would be able to, I don't know, mess with people's electronics. I don't know. We already covered most of this. I don't know what else there is to talk about.
You don't think it's interesting? Something being able to control your TV, your phone, your laptop, lights, cars, cities. A world connected with so much electricity. The things this demon would be capable of, theoretically, are endless. That is why I find this so interesting.